Welcome back to the channel. This is No Luck Trucking. I'm Matt, and we are picking up our second hazmat load. Which one's 11? Okay, the far one. Alright. It's not too bad in here. It's a little tight, but we have plenty of room. Snow construction job site. So many different yellow lines, it's hard to tell which one's which. So I went for what I thought was the lines, but it is not it. But we can scoot it over, it's not a problem. Just kidding. So we got back in and they told us that this is not the place that we need to be. It's down the road about 2 miles.
Turn right on Tinton Avenue, then take the first
we're gonna go down there. This is the joys of logistics. Alright, we are at location 2. Told us to pull into a dock. He said the other place called and said that somebody was on their way. It's a very, very muddy lot. Has plenty of room, but you gotta avoid these giant potholes and the mini lakes that are around. We'll have to stop and open the doors. There's a giant puddle. Didn't want to go trekking through that to open the doors, so I'll get it lined up and we'll open up the doors. There is a line. I was just kind of aiming in the general area. Looks like somebody painted a line in the gravel lot. Barely noticeable, but New problem. It's so muddy. When the trailer was turned quite a bit, it was actually just spinning the tire. So I locked in the diffs. That should help, but yeah, so this was the issue right here. Every time I put a little bit of angle to line it up, it would hit those rocks and they were wet, so we would just spin the tires, and it was not having a good time. But we're getting the placards on, and they're gonna load us up and we're out of here. I think we're gonna try to drive it through as a straight shot. So we should deliver it tonight, and then we have another load scheduled for tomorrow. So we got all the placards on. We're taping them down, getting them all protected so they don't go flying out. And yeah, this is going to be a straight through run. This one's about, I think, around 300 miles, and pays really well. But it is hazmat and tanker because it is large bins of liquid. Oh, a little mess here. Somebody's trying to go around us, and there's a truck parked over here. This whole lot is so muddy. It was so hard to back because every time I would put a little bit of angle on the trailer, the tires would just spin, and then there's mud as well. So I had to lock the diffs just to even get backed in because there was such a deep pothole right where the drives sit. So we struggled a little bit on that, but we got it in there. So next for us, we are going to run up to Virginia from North Carolina. That's where this one's delivering, in North Carolina, a little bit north of Charlotte. And then from there, we're going to go over to Utah. Sure. And then from Utah, we are looking at, there's 3 different loads that pay really well going back over to the northeast. So we're gonna probably pick up the next load, run it for a little while, and make sure that we're gonna be to Utah when we believe we are, and then we're going to book one of those loads. So the weather here in Georgia has been so crazy. 2 days ago, we had to pull out the heavy jackets. It was down in the low 40s. And then yesterday it was pretty hot in the sun, but it was still cool. And then today it feels like it's every bit of mid to high 80s. So it's back and forth on the weather. And we're kind of watching Wyoming to make sure it's not snowing or anything like that when we go through. And then, yeah, like I said, once we figure out when we're going to be there, we deliver the next load we deliver in the morning, and then we're going to try to get something out that night and get going back towards the East Coast. So this paycheck should be very, very good. It'll kind of make up for getting stuck in Orlando for the weekend. Because that is one thing, the load boards do not move on the weekends. You can call probably 20 places and only get maybe one agent that's working over the weekend. But then you also have to factor in that none of the customers that they're working for are open on the weekends typically. So you have this kind of like phone tag, and you end up just kind of calling and not getting anywhere. So we just stopped Saturday and found a nice truck stop, and we stayed there for a while, and just left out this morning, started calling on stuff, had basically the pick of whatever we wanted to run, because new stuff was hitting the board, and you know, everyone comes in Monday and try to catch up and get everything moved. So we got on there, got this load, got the next load booked, and then we're gonna look into booking the following one after. All right, we got down the road a little bit, did our hazmat tire check, at 100 miles. It's 100 miles or 2 hours. Either way, we did about 100 miles. Checked them out. Everything's good. All the placards are still there, which is better than our last hazmat load went. So on that, I know a lot of people mentioned it in the comments. I misspoke when I said that we were hauling corrosives and people were worried that we had the wrong placards for the load, but it was oxidizer and we did have it placard correctly. I just misspoke because I was tired. So on this one, we actually do have oxidizer and we have corrosives. And both placards are there. They are placard correctly. We have all the things done correctly for the hazmat load. This should be a quick, easy, straight through. We were told that they unload basically whenever you get there. And then we're gonna make our way up north, go to Virginia, pick up our next load. So we'll probably check back maybe tonight when we go to deliver. I'm not sure yet. All right, another delivery down. We got most of the placards off. This actually got unloaded really fast. He got us in and out probably like 30 minutes. So I gotta run back there and grab the last 2 placards on the trailer doors, and then we're off to Virginia to pick up the next load. This one went surprisingly smooth for the way that it started, but you know, you can never tell. Psst. What are we doing?
Waiting to get loaded.
What are we hauling?
Adhesives? Hazmat?
Yeah. So this was a surprise hazmat, possibly?
We didn't know.
I don't recall it being listed as a hazmat, but the packaging that they are loading in, or getting ready to load in, is definitely hazmat. And every truck that's left here has been placarded. So I'm going to assume that it's going to be hazmat as well. All right, we are in Rafine, Virginia. We had to stop over by Peterbilt earlier today and pick up a part that we had ordered. We lost the surround for the fuel tank on the fairings a couple of weeks ago, so we ordered that. It's been in for a week or so, but
Turn right on
we were out on the road, so we stopped over here, got that. I slept a little bit, was feeling a little tired, and now we're gonna head out. So we did check the Raycon that the agent sent over. It did have hazmat listed on it, so there's just something that I guess we missed. It's not very big, it's like one little checkbox, but either way, I mean, we have hazmat. It's not a huge deal, and the rate makes more sense now that it is hazmat, because the rate was really good.
Turn right on I-64 West.
Yeah, this place is always a mess. Especially across the street at the Petro. It's a really large truck stop, and people stack up all night. So we called and booked our next load as well. And then I noticed a little bit of snow might be coming through Wyoming, so I'm hoping we can get through no problem.
Continue on I-64.
stopped off at the Love's. We're still in West Virginia. In a 30-minute break in, have to check the tires, make sure the placards are still there, which they are. After that first trip, oh man, yeah, that first trip kind of made it a solid point that we have to secure the placards and make sure they're there every time. Yeah, so I already checked the other side and I checked the back before I grabbed the camera. All right, we are at the Oak Grove truck stop in Missouri. It's been a while since I've recorded anything. Just really nothing noteworthy. We've been driving and resting. Liz got stuck in traffic. I guess there was some construction that set us back like an hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that. It is 3 in the morning. I'm about to start my shift. I'm gonna run through, and then Liz is gonna run her shift, and we should be able to deliver and grab the next load, hopefully before the snow hits in Wyoming. It's a possibility today, so I guess we'll see how that goes. All right, made it down to Nebraska. We're on I-80 West. Last night was a struggle to sleep. Liz and I were just talking about that. There was like lightning and thunder, and I guess all the trucks around us were dry vans, and it was like resonating through the like hollow trailers, and I've never really heard that before. So either the thunder was a lot stronger than normal, or we're just used to the reefer where it was insulated and did not reverberate through the empty panels. And then the guy next to us had an APU. I guess that the muffler had fallen off, or whatever exhaust routing it had. So it sounded like a straight piped like work truck every time it would start up and run. So that was fun. So between the thunder and the APU, it was a little difficult to sleep. I had earplugs in, but both sounds were so loud that it kept waking me up every, I don't know, probably hour or so. But so right now Liz is making some breakfast. She just woke up, kind of popped through the curtains, and I'm gonna finish up my shift. I have about 6.5 hours more to drive. We're gonna try to sneak through Wyoming before the weather turns bad and Wyoming does Wyoming things, either wind or ice and snow. Get delivered, get over to the next pickup, grab that, which is gonna be our first hazmat this week. No, first non-hazmat this week. Every load that we've picked up has been hazmat, which is, it's not bad. I mean, we have it, might as well use it. The rates are usually pretty good with hazmat loads. So I gotta hop out, make sure all the placards are still there, make sure the tires are still good, do my normal check, and then we'll get rolling. All right, got the breakfast sandwich eaten. Check the tires, check the placards. Managed to get a 30 in. So let me start up the truck real quick. So I was checking the load board. Potentially we are going to be in Ohio around the 15th. So I was just kind of looking to see what the loads were looking like out there. But most of the loads that I was finding were in the 43,000 pound range, and the rates really didn't correspond. So I put in a search criteria of 30,000 pounds, something like that. And while I was scrolling through, I found a couple of $5 a mile loads, one $7.58 a mile load. I'm just a little hesitant to book the load loads this far out because the winter weather that's supposedly happening around Utah and Wyoming, I don't want to put ourselves in a position where if we get stuck for a day or so, that we won't be able to make any of those loads. So I kind of want to get a little bit closer, maybe get out of Wyoming on the return trip, and then maybe start hammering something down for the next load. But there's a ton of options, and there's some really good pay. I just don't think that a 45,000 pound load should be paying the same as like a 20,000 pound load going the same area, you know. But just like anything else, you know, it's posted for that. Doesn't mean you have to take it. Either somebody out there will take it, or they'll add some more money on it to get it to move. That's the glory part about being able to vote with your business, I guess, in a way. Past this guy. That mural on the sleeper. Down the road. It's Nebraska, so probably not much is going to be happening that's going to be film worthy other than a lot of wind. Everyone wants you to talk.
I need to open the doors, but I wanted to at least get lined up with it first.
Yep.
Forever in this guy's way.
It's the life of a yard dog. Everybody's in my way.
Okay, I'm gonna go open the doors.
Okay.
Good enough, lined up. Good enough.
This is going to pretty much wrap up the longest hazmat load that we've taken so far. Took it from, what was it, Virginia to Tooele, Utah, which on the way here I learned how to pronounce the name because every truck driver pronounces it different, and I kind of figured that none of them were correct. So I looked it up, and it's apparently Tooele, which is not spelled close to that way. But. So we gotta get docked, they're gonna unload us. We gotta take the placards off, and then we head back. Got a deadhead for about 150 miles or so, maybe a little bit more, to pick up our next load, which is going to Ohio. Guys just riding around.
Just still backing up. I don't know if these lines actually line up.
I don't know. You're right on it on this one. Yeah, they should. I think it's only wide enough for the truck and trailer.
Yeah.
All right, so I think we're gonna wrap it up here. Probably start a new video on the next one. As always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. All right, one more thing. Forgot to mention the Discord, which is like a group messaging app type deal. We made the general driving Discord server. We are actually up to about 100 members. Most of them are drivers. I mean, there's some other people that are looking to become drivers, some people that just like the channel. There's a big group of people that are playing the American Trucking Simulator. So that looks really cool. I don't know, to me, I would need a steering wheel and pedal probably to get the most enjoyment out of it, but it looks pretty cool. I love seeing them post up their pictures about that. Yeah, I'll drop the link in the description like I always do. It's free to join. Download the Discord app, or you can do it on the PC, and just follow the link and join up.